Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, I want to say welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. So today we are going to continue the jumpsuit tutorial. The part 1 is already on my channel, so go ahead to watch it first before coming back to watch this, because the other one is top cutting, and then this is a trouser. So on the table I already placed my waistline, which is the line that I marked because I want to follow the pattern of the fabric, and I'm just trying to get the length of the jumpsuit. So I marked the crotch line, which is a hip divided by 4, and then I added 1 inch because this fabric is a bit stretchy. That's why I added 1 inch. If it's not a stretchy fabric, I add 1.5 inch because it is a jumpsuit, right? So that is why we're adding for each. So I'm just going to go up 2 inches. Okay, I went up 2 inches for the hip line, so I'm just marking the crotch line like so, and then that 1 inch you are seeing on the fold side is just for sewing allowance, for 1 inch sewing allowance. You will see me I'll add it later. So that is just for the sewing allowance. So I'm just inputting a thigh measurement divided by 2 plus half inch allowance, and her hip measurement divided by 4 plus half an inch allowance. So, and I'm going to connect it to create the crotch curve. So I just connected it straight, and then I came out by 1 inch from that angle, and I use my French curve to give it a very nice curve. So instead of me just marking it straight, I'm going to bend it a little bit. So instead of marking it straight, I'm going to bend this by like half inch inside, and then I'm going to increase our waist measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to add the half inch for the crotch allowance. So I'm going to connect it back to the hip line with a French curve, just like so. So for this trouser, I don't want it to be too pencil or palazzo. I just want it to be in between, to be like a straight pant. So whatever I got on the thigh measurement divided by 2, I am going to divide it by 2 again to get the middle of the pants. Do you understand? So just for me to get the middle, because I don't want it to be too free, so I want to take out a little bit. So I already marked the knee line, but I didn't know that this was not showing. So I marked the knee line, and I marked the measurement I got from the midpoint. I marked it on the knee line and also the hem line of the trouser. That's what I'm doing right there. So I used 5 inches for her knee, that's 20 inches for her knee width, divided by 2 is 10 inches. Then in between the midpoint of the thigh measurement, I marked 5 inches on the knee line. Okay, yeah, this is a clearer view. So I marked 5 inches on both sides. You see, by the sides I mark 5 inches, and I roll it down just like I am doing. So I'm just connecting the 5 inches plus half inch allowance. I connected it to the crotch, and I also rolled the 5 inch down. I use the same 5 inch for the bottom of the trouser. So I went ahead to curve that 5 inch on the side seam. You see, I'm marking it right there. So I'm going to curve it with my French curve, just the way I'm doing right there, and I'm going to roll it down like that, the 5 inch down. Remember, we've not added allowance to the side, yeah, but there is space for it, so I'm just going to go ahead to add 1 inch allowance to the side of the trouser. just going to add it like that. To the end of the trouser, and we are done with the front of the trouser. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut it. So I came down by 1 inch on the waist. No, this is a jumpsuit, so the waist has to be balanced. Our waist is not straight, it's curved, and I'm going to add 0.5 allowance for the waist. Remember, I've already added all our allowance by the side, so I'm just going to cut it out. So the same thing I marked on the knee is the same thing I marked on the bottom of the trouser, which is 5 inch in between the midline, right? So, and I added 2 inches seam allowance. So just remove your half length from your just remove your half length and you get the length of your jumpsuit. So that was what I did basically, and I added 2 inches allowance to the hem. So for the back, make sure you have enough space at the top and also by the crotch area. May have enough space because of the pattern I'm trying to create on this pant. That's why you see me have enough space at the waist area. So to get the waist extension, the crotch extension, sorry, you will divide her hip by 4. Like if her hip is 40, divide it by 4 and divide it by 4 again. So that's 2.5. So in our own case, hers is 2.7, and that is what I marked right there. You see, I'm trying to divide it by 2, so we have 2.6 thereabouts. So I'm just going to mark it, and I also came down by half an inch for the back crotch, right? Because by the time you sew the two sides together, there is always half inch longer at the back. So I just realized that I need to remove it from the upper part. So I'm going to come out from that hip side. I'm going to come out by 1 inch, and I also went in by 1 inch on the waist, right? On the waist of the back, I went in by 1 inch. Yeah, because of the, remember, whatever we did for our upper body, we're going to do it for the lower body because this is a jumpsuit. So I came in by 0.75 rather from that waist inside. So, and I went up by 1.5 inch. If the person is busty, you can use if the person has big hips, right, you can use 2 inches or 2 inches is fine. 2 inches is fine. So I just measure what I have on the waist and I connected it straight from that 1.5 inch and marked above. So, and I wanted to add that allowance to the back. So I added 1 inch that allowance, and I connected it to the side like so. So remember, this is a jumpsuit, so we have zipper, and remember by the crotch area we already have 0.5 inch allowance from the front. So I'm just going to add 0.5 to make the zipper allowance 1 inch, right? If you understand. So I mark 9 inches from the waistline of the back to get 9 inches. So that will be our zipper allowance. So I extended that knee line by 1 inch and I connected it to the crotch at the back, and I'm also going to extend that 1 inch down only on the crotch area, right? Not the side. I'm not adding anything to the side. The side is going to be the same. The only thing that we extended it by the side is the waist measurement and the 1 inch for that allowance. So I'm going to mark that 1 inch down. So after marking it, I'm just going to go ahead to cut out the back as well. Remember, you added zipper allowance, so you have to cut it out like so, because the zipper of this jumpsuit will be at the back, and that is all for the back as well. going to cut the side too. So I notch the side so that I will know where to join them together when I'm joining them. So I'm going to go ahead to cut it like that. So after cutting it, I will mark the dart. Remember we added dart allowance, so I'm just going to minus that zip allowance. So instead of marking 4, I marked 5 because I added the zip allowance. So if you remove the zipper allowance, you have 4. So I slanted it just the way the back is slanted, and I extended the two darts by ½ inch, right? So that is 1 inch, ½ inch for the two sides, and I just use my scissors to notch it so that I can mark it at the opposite side too. So this is me just repeating the darts here. Then I'll just go ahead to join. I'm going to go ahead to join the crotch by 0.5, and I'll stop at that 1 inch that I marked on the zippers allowance. I'm just going to stop right there, and I'm also going to join the crotch of the front just like that, and I'll come back to show you. So, and I'll go ahead to also join I went ahead to cut the lining for the front as well. I used the same fabric as the lining, right? So this is me on the sewing machine. I just want to join those bust darts together. I just want to join the bust area together, and the trouser. I went ahead to cut the lining. You can see I've gone ahead to cut the lining for the front as well. So I'm going to join those together with 0.5. I'll join both the lining and the fabric. So after joining it, I went ahead to join the armhole. I sew 0.5 on the armhole, so I'm going to go ahead to join the zipper allowance. This is for the back. So after joining it, I've given it a good press. So I'm just going ahead to sew the neck of the jumpsuit, and also the shoulder, the armhole, and the side of the front. So and the neck too. After joining it, so I've joined the neck. I've gone ahead to press it, top stitched it, and I've sewn the dart of the trouser. Right, so I've joined the back as well. I've joined the back. So I'm just going ahead to sew the shoulder of the front and back together. Remember, we see the armhole inside, so we are not adding sleeve. We already did a put together sleeve, just a little sleeve of 2.5 inches extension from the shoulder tip. So I'm not going to add sleeve anymore. That is why I sew the armhole. So I'm just going to put my hand inside like so to sew the shoulder together. So I'm going to pin it down. I like working with pinning a lot, especially as a beginner. You need to learn how to use your pins because it just makes your work easier and very neat. So I'm going to join it, and I'm going to put my hand inside and also join the second shoulder. So after joining it, I'm going to come back to show you. So I've gone ahead to join the shoulder, and it's time to join the waist of the trouser and the waist of the top together. So that is the back of the top. This see I've joined the crotch area, so I'm just going to join the waist together. I'll find the midpoint of the upper part and I'm going to join it together. You see, find the middle of the upper part. I gave it a notch and then I just pinned it down. So I did the same thing for the back. I joined the upper back to the lower trouser. So I joined the trouser waist and the top waist together. Just like that with 0.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead to sew 0.5. So after joining it, this is what we have here. See, it's looking very neat already. It's looking nice. So it's just to shape it right now. So I'm going to pin the sides down. I like shaping from the front because that is the widest part, like the bust area, so I'll be able to get all the accurate measurements. So I'm just going to pin the sides down. After pinning it, I'm just going to go ahead to input her measurement and then shape it. So I'm just getting her bust. Her bust is 30 divided by 2 gave me 18. So I'm just going to distribute what I have there on the other side. I have 1.5, so I'm just going to mark the 1.5 on the other side. So I'm going to shape the waist as well. Our waist is 28 divided by 4 is 14. So I'm just going to check what I have. I have 1.2, so I'm just going to mark it on both sides. So remember that the side of the trouser is already 1 inch, so I'm not going to shape that because I'm not sewing to fit. So I just want the trouser to just be the way it is when I was cutting it. So you see the allowance of the trouser is already there. I'm just going to sew it down. I'm going to join the crotch with 0.5 inches and I'm going to go ahead to hem it with 1 inches and 1 inches. That's 2 inches that we left for the hemming allowance. So I'll come back to show you. This is it, guys. Look at the finished look. It's giving everything. Look at the jumpsuit. It's so beautiful. And if you have watched to this point, guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and please turn on your post notifications so you get notified anytime I post another video. So look at the zip. I added an invisible zipper allowance. I'm going to make a video on how to add this invisible zip in my other videos. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. I will see you in another video. Bye.